Wow! On to a very controversial product. Hello my favourite people in the whole wide world. Welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm out of breath. I've just run up the stairs. What is going on? Do you remember last year, take it back to last year, when I did a full face of Refy? One of my biggest videos that I did, and I'm so proud of that. Refy have very kindly pretty much sent me their whole collection, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. And we've got some new products in there. So I thought it was time to do another full face of Refy. I've got the Just Hunt bun in. We have slicked it back using a hair mask, and I feel like it's actually worked quite well. One thing about me, everybody's around. You actually saw me use this product in the last video, and it is one that's been in my makeup bag for the longest time, and that is the Refy Brow Sculpt. Now, I have loved this product the minute I tried it, and there is a knack to actually using a brow product like this. It is amazing because it comes with a dual end. So you've got here, you've got your comb for the brows, and then the other side you've got the product which appears white but it dries clear. I'm going to start pretty much how I start with every single brow product, is working the brows backwards. This is going to really coat the eyebrows in the product. Any kind of brow gel, always use this technique because it really gets the best out of the product. Once it looks kind of crazy like that, you leave it for a couple of seconds and then you start to work your eyebrows back. Now, I really like to do the up and over technique rather than just up. For me, that I find that actually looks more natural. You kind of get them into a position that you like. You then go in and press away the excess product, and you can also take the dual end, which is the comb, and just start to brush them and make sure that they're really in your desired shape. So once my eyebrows are all locked into place, I'm going to go in with the brow pencil. This is in the shade medium, and I absolutely love this brow pencil, mainly because the head on it is so small. Also, once again, it comes with a spoolie. Go in and take the brow pencil and just gently fill in any areas that is looking a little bit sparse. Now, the crucial thing with Refy Brow Sculpt is to always clean up around your eyebrows after using it before applying any other makeup. It leaves the kind of residue around your eyebrows which disrupts your makeup, which is also why I always do my eyebrows first. Just take a cotton wool bud with some makeup remover on and just go around them. So now we've applied a super light base. I've essentially just used Filter Finish by Collection, which is obviously my fave. I'm looking very pale right now. There was one thing I actually realised that I forgot to use, and that was the Refy face primer. I'm so annoyed at myself because this product is actually one of my favourite primers at the moment, and I love it in conjunction with Bobbi Brown face base. Just look at this primer, please. It is a roller, and it is so clever, like a jade roller, so you can use it to kind of depuff your face, sculpt your face, and you can use it on its own under makeup, which I absolutely love. Like, this is honestly my fave primer. So yeah, please try this. Now, moving on to warming up our face, we're going to go in with the Refy bronzer. This is their new cool toned bronzer, guys. Throwback to the video that I did last year, and I actually commented on how much I disliked the bronzer, mainly because of the colour. Like, for me, it was just way too orangey. They must have heard me because they have brought out a cool toned bronzer, and this is the shade June. I absolutely love this. I love the formula of the last bronzer. That was never in question, so I knew that I liked the formula, but the shading, the last one was so off. She has gone and smashed it! This is it versus Sand, which this is Sand, this is June. This is the lightest one that they used to do, but now until they brought June out, and you can actually see the difference. I'm just going to take this on an angled brush by Iconic and just start to press that into the high points of my face, as I always do with my contour and bronzer. And what's really nice about this one is for the last one, I couldn't ever really use it on its own without it being too obvious and too orangey and heavy, whereas this is like perfect to use on its own, because the other one I had to contour with a cool tone contour and then apply a little bit on top. But this, you can build on it, you can just go in with a really minimal amount of product and you'll still be able to see the difference. Just work that into where I normally put my bronzer, and you can see the difference that that has made versus the other side of the face. Now that is all blended in, I've also just put some concealer underneath the eyes. We're going to go in with a blush now. Now I actually now own all of their blushes. I can't believe it. I actually cannot. I'm just going to try and open this one. The only thing I actually don't like about Refy is how difficult the packaging is to get into. I'm a person who really likes to keep their packaging because I just think it looks so nice and aesthetically pleasing. But I can't ever, because I can't ever get into their products. Then I end up ruining the box and it all just gets a bit chaotic. But this is the shade Peach, which I have never used. I might use this one today. Oh, that is stunning. Wow. Got the shade Rose, which I showed you last week, which is actually very, very loved. She's very pinky. The shade Malaya, which Matilda Jeff uses. Look at her and you know why, just by looking at her. So I've got the shade Citrine, which is kind of like a nice in-between corally kind of colour. So I'm actually going to take the peach. Look how orange that is, and I'm really intrigued to see if it works on my skin. I'm just going to go in with the same bronzer brush and just run that into the product. These blushes are so... Oh, wow. Look at how pigmented they are. They're so pigmented, for one. For two, they're super, super creamy. I didn't think I'd like them. Hello, it's me. I didn't think I'd like that one, but that is so pretty. Oh, wow. Right, so I have just done a little wing using the new Charlotte Tilbury liner, which I've just done a video on as well. I'm going to be moving on to a very controversial product. I actually haven't tried this before. This is their water-based powder. This is their Skin Finish shade 1. I am actually so scared about this. It's very daunting. So it looks like this when you open up the packet, and when you press it, the only way to describe it is it's wet. It's so strange. I have never had a product like this in my life, because it looks like a normal translucent powder, but the consistency is literally like water. A lot of what was being said is that it disrupts the makeup underneath, but Jess Hunt and Refy have replied numerous times saying the most important thing is to use a dry beauty blender. So I'm going to try that today and really hope that this works. Let's go in with this one. This is my Beauty Crop Beauty Blender. I'm just going to make sure I've got no creases underneath the eyes. I'm just going to dip into the product. I'm going to gently start to tap that product into the skin really gently. It feels so wet. Alright guys, can you see the difference? That's like really blurred my pores. I'm really confused. Thought I was gonna hate it, but like that has actually really blurred my skin. It's very different. I want you to really see the difference. Like my pores have pretty much gone. Like that is like completely airbrushed. I think if you do it correctly and you take a dry beauty blender and you achieve this, and like I said, you have to be really careful, because I think pressing and like really working it into the skin is going to have the opposite effect, because then you're going to obviously work too much of that water in. Actually, like being really gentle and kind of like tapping that product on, like I've seen kind of Jess Hunt do it, I'm really surprised. I think it's slightly warmed up my face just a little bit, so that's my only criticism, but really shocked at that, because I didn't think I'd like that. I've applied a little bottom mascara and I am actually so impressed with that powder. I'm not gonna lie, I went in to apply a little bit more underneath my eyes and then it did start to come away, so I don't think it's something that you can apply a lot more of. I think you have to be really careful with how much you do apply. I don't think it'll be one that I reach for, mainly because I really like a powder to really brighten, whereas this kind of just pore perfects, which is amazing, but I really like to have that really bright under eye and like flawless under eye. We're just going to go in with some of the Refy Gloss Highlighter, which is one of my favourite products ever. Look at how glossy and beautiful that is. I'm just going to take that on a beauty blender and just press that into the high points of my face. To finish, we're going to go in with the lip sculpt. I'm going to take blush today because that's not a shade that I've used before on this channel. It does have a setter on it, but actually, if I'm completely honest with you, 9 times out of 10 I don't actually use the setter. I find that the lip actually lasts just as well on its own without the setters. This is a beautiful, beautiful pink. I just love this. this. Rosewood is still my fave, but this is a close second. And ending it all with the Refy gloss, which is always my favourite gloss. It's got a metal applicator, which means it just glides on so smoothly. It is clear, so it goes with any of the lip liners, and I love that. And there you go, guys. That's going to go ahead and conclude my full face of Refy Beauty. Honestly, I just love Refy. I love that it was created by Jess. She is incredible. Honestly, in my eyes, it can actually do no wrong. Like, you can just tell that they've put so much effort and time into them, and it's really worked at giving that skin but better finish. And honestly, it's really hard for me to pick my favourite, so let me know what you think your favourite product is, if you have tried any of them, or the ones that you like the look of on my skin the most. Personally, Lip Sculpt is probably my favourite ever product from them, I'd have to say. I'm actually very surprised by the skin finish, although I won't be reaching for it frequently in my makeup routine. For someone who likes the kind of matte, poreless finish, then this is the product for you. I'm gonna go out now. I'm gonna go do a shop. So everyone, my Refy base. I love you all so much, and thank you for being with me. Always love you.